Hello and welcome dear Mathletes once again to Mathlete Minds. As we continue our journey of CBSE Class 10 Mathematics, we now take up the topic of applications of trigonometry. In the previous videos, we have discussed about trigonometry, the identities, etc., the relevant questions of them, and in this video and the subsequent videos, we will be taking up applications of trigonometry. Initially, we are taking up very simple questions based on this trigonometry, real life applications. But later on in the subsequent videos, we'll take up much higher order questions so that the perspective is put in the proper order. Now, but before we do the solution of questions over here, there are certain terminologies that need to be understood thoroughly. The first one is angle of elevation and the second one is angle of depression. Now, what is an angle of elevation? Now, supposing we take the first diagram over here, we have this first AB as one line over here which goes to the base of the tree, and AO is another line which goes to the tip of the tree. The observer is positioned at A and his line of sight is AO. Now when he looks at the top of the tree from his position over here, his line of sight makes a particular angle with the horizontal, and that angle that is made with the horizontal with the line of by the line of sight is called the angle of elevation. In the second diagram over here, the observer is positioned at the top, say at the top of any building, etc., and he looks down at the base of the tree over here. Now, when he looks down, this is the horizontal AC from his line of sight, and this angle that his line of sight makes with the horizontal here, that is called angle of depression. And obviously, this AC being one horizontal and OB being another horizontal, they are parallel to each other, and so AO is the transversal, so angle CAO will be equal to angle AOB, interior alternate angles. So the angle of elevation and angle of depression have to be understood thoroughly. Second most important thing is the diagram has to be drawn in the right perspective in all these questions. Drawing the figure or the diagram is very absolutely mandatory over here. Now the first question that we have is a very simple question. We have a tower which stands vertically on the ground. From a point 20 meter away from the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. What is the height of the tower? So this is the tower over here, and of course we have drawn a representative diagram so that we get a right angle triangle over here. Now the tower is vertically straight over here, so BC is the tower over here, representation of the tower. A is the position of the observer, and the observer looks at the top of the tower, that is the point C. So his line of sight makes an angle of 60 degrees with the horizontal AB over here. So this CAOB becomes the angle of elevation. Now to find out the value of the height of the tower, we need to simply take up the value of tan 60 degree over here. Now tan 60 degree will be is equal to BC upon AB. BC upon AB, that is the perpendicular by the base. So this is equal to H upon 20. Tan 60 we know is root 3, so root 3 is equal to H upon 20. So this means that H is equal to 20 root 3. If we take the value of root 3, say approximately 3 places of decimal, this becomes 20 into 1.732, which of course will become 17.32 into 2, that gives us 34.64 meters. So the height of the tower is 34.64 meters. So this was a very basic question over here. Hope it is clear. Next one is a bridge across a river makes an angle of 60 degrees with the river bank. If the length of the bridge across the river is 150 meters, then what is the width of the river? So here this is the river, and this bridge is represented by AB and DC. The bridge is making an angle of 60 degrees with the river bank. This angle over here is 60 degrees. And the width of the river is represented by BE. And this is what we need to find out. So again, see, we have generated a right angle triangle over here. We need to find out BE. This BA is equal to 150 meters. So now in this case, we can easily take the trigonometric function sine 60 degree. Sine 60 degree is equal to W by 150. That is perpendicular, or we can write it as BE, that is the perpendicular by the hypotenuse BA. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. This is equal to W, the width, by 150. So W is equal to 75 root 3 meters. You can put the value of root 3 over here till 3 places of decimal or 2 places of decimal and give your answer. Next question is, a vertically straight tree 15-meter high is broken by the wind in such a way that its top touches the ground and makes an angle of 30 degrees with the ground. At what height from the ground did the tree break? So this is a vertically straight tree, and due to a heavy storm, the tree breaks at a certain point over here. So this is the representative figure over here, so that which has been drawn pertaining to this event. So this is the tree, AT is the tree, and it breaks at the point P. The top of the point falls at the point B over here. So this becomes, the tip lands at the position B over here. So again we generate a right angle triangle this way. The question is, at what height from the ground did the tree break? Now here we need to understand that this broken length from here will be equal to this fallen length over here, that is PT will be equal to PB. Now in this case again, we will take the value of sine of this angle 30, because that will make our work extremely easy. Okay, we have the perpendicular, we have the hypotenuse. So sine 30 degree is equal to x upon 15 minus x. Sine 30 is half, so half is equal to x by 15 minus x. So this becomes 15 minus x is equal to 2x. So this implies that 15 is equal to 3x. So this implies x is equal to 5 meters. So the value of the x is 5 meters. That means the tree breaks at the point P, which is 5 meters from the base of the tree. So first of all, this figure has to be understood and drawn very perfectly so that the correct solution can be done. Next question is, the shadow of a tower when the angle of elevation of the sun is 30 degree is found to be 10 meters longer than when it was 45 degree. Find the height of the tower. So this is the tower over here, and as the sun goes up, the shadow length goes on decreasing. So when the sun was at an elevation of 30 degree behind the tower, the shadow length was 10 meters greater than when it goes to an angle of 45 degree. So you have to find the height of the tower, that is TB, and represented by small h over here. Now here you will notice that we will get here two right angle triangles. One is TBA and one is TBD. So this figure has to be drawn this way. AD is 10 meters over here, the extra shadow length, and AB is the shadow length when the tower is at a when the sun is at a height of 45 degree, or the angle of elevation of the sun is 45 degree. So now the first thing that we need to do over here is we need to find h. So we'll take here tan 30 degree. Tan 30 degree from the big triangle will be equal to TB divided by DB. Now TB is equal to h and DB is equal to BA plus AD, that is 10 plus x, or x plus 10. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is equal to h upon x plus 10. So we get over here on cross multiplication, x plus 10 is equal to h root 3. This is the first equation that we generate from here. Second equation we'll take from the triangle TBA. This triangle tan 45 will be equal to TB upon AB. TB upon AB, that is equal to h upon x. Now tan 45 is 1, so 1 is equal to h upon x. So which means that h is equal to x. So here what we are going to do, this is the second condition that we have generated. So from here we take the value of x as h and put it in this equation. So we get here h plus 10 is equal to h root 3, or 10 is equal to h root 3 minus h, which becomes h into root 3 minus 1. Now we need to further simplify this, so we'll simplify it this way. We can write h is equal to 10 by root 3 minus 1, which on being rationalized, so this will become, denominator will become 3 minus 1, that is 2. So we ultimately get over here 5 into root 3 plus 1, that is 2.732 if we take it to 3 decimal places. So this is root 3 is 1.732 plus 1 is 2.732. So this becomes 10, 5 3 is 15, 16 1, 7 5 is 35, 36 3, 5 2 is 10. So we get here 13.660 meter. So the height of the tower is 13.660 meter. Next question is, from the top of a building 15 meter high, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower is found to be 30 degree. From the bottom of the same building, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degree. Find the height of the tower and the distance between the tower and the building. So here we have a building and a tower. And the question itself suggests, of course, logically also the tower will be of a greater height than the building. But here the question itself suggests, from the top of the building, 15 meter high, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 30 degree. So in order to draw this angle of elevation, we draw the horizontal BD over here, and BT is the angle, this BT joins the top of the tower over here. So angle TBD, this angle becomes 30 degree. This is the angle of elevation from the top. From the bottom again, we draw this horizontal GR at the ground, and this angle TGR, this becomes the angle of elevation. So this is the figure that will be drawn in this case. This is the bottom of the building, this is the this is the top of the building, and this is the bottom of the building. From the top, the angle of elevation is 30. From the bottom, the angle of elevation is 60. Now TD I have taken as H over here. Now if you look at this figure very carefully, BDRG, now this becomes a rectangle. This is a horizontal, this is a horizontal. So this length also becomes equal to 15 meters. Now what we do is, again, if you look at it carefully, we have two right angle triangles generated over here. One is TBD, one is TGR. So first we'll take here this 30 degree. So now we take over here tan 30 degree. Tan 30 degree, that is equal to H. From the figure it is TD by BD, which can be written as H upon Y. H upon Y. Now tan 30 is 1 by root 3. This is equal to H upon Y. So we get here Y is equal to H root 3. This is equation number 1. Then we take the other triangle, and from here we get tan 60 degree. From this triangle TRG, tan 60 degree will be equal to H plus 15 by Y. Tan 60 is root 3. So root 3 is equal to H plus 15 by Y. So we get here Y root 3 is equal to H plus 15. Now Y is equal to H root 3. So if we substitute over here H root 3, we get here 3H is equal to H plus 15. Root 3 into root 3 is 3, and Y is H root 3, so we get here 3H. So 2H is equal to 15. So this means H is equal to 7.5 meters. Now 7.5 meters is only this distance. So the height of the tower will be 15 plus 7, that is equal to, or total height of the tower will be equal to H plus 15, that is 22.5 meters. So this was the first solution. Second solution that they have asked is, find the distance between the tower and the building. So Y is the distance between the tower and the building. Now we get here Y is equal to H, if we put over here as 15 by 2 into 1.732. This becomes 0.866. So this becomes 15,690, carry over 9, 15,690, 99, carry over 9, 15, 8, 120, 129. So approximately 12.990 meter. This is 22.5 meter. and the distance between the two building and the tower is 12.990 meters. So this is one answer, this is one answer over here. So here it must be understood that the height of the tower will be h plus 15. And the figure has to be drawn very neatly and in the right perspective, then only we can arrive at the solution. Next question is based on angles of depression. Angles of depression of the top and bottom of an 8-meter tall building from a multi-storied building are 30 degree and 60 degree. Find the distance between the two buildings and the height of the multi-storied building. So here the angles of depression have been given to us. This is the multi-storied building MS and BD is the small building that is height, which has a height of 8 meters. Now the observer is at the top of the multi-storied building. He is looking at the top of this building over here and this is his line of sight MB, and this first angle of depression that he makes with the top of the building is 30 degree. So this angle XMB, this angle is 30 degree. Then he looks at the bottom of the building and this time the angle of depression is 60 degree. So this complete angle over here is 60 degree. Now this is another, BN is the horizontal over here, DS is also the horizontal at the base over here. Now if you look at the figure carefully, if XMB is 30 degree, then automatically MBN, this angle will also be 30 degree interior alternate angles. Similarly, if this angle is 60 degree, that is XMD, then MDS will also be 60 degree. Let us take the distance between the building and the tower as Y, and MN is H over here. And since again, as in the previous case, this is the horizontal, this is the horizontal, so this is equal to 8 meter, this is equal to 8 meter. Now let us take the two right angle triangles. You can take it, you can solve this question with the help of angles of depression. You can draw a figure over here this way and take this triangle and the other triangle, but best is to take this figure in this way so that you get the right solution. So here what we do is tan 30 degree. Let us take tan 30 degree from the triangle MBN. So tan 30 degree will be equal to this MN by BN. MN by BN. Now MN is H and BN is Y. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to H upon Y. So Y is equal to H root 3, the first equation that we can generate from here. Second, we'll take the triangle MDS. From here we get tan 60 degree is equal to H plus 8 by Y. Tan 60 is root 3. Root 3 is H plus 8 by Y. So we get here H plus 8. H plus 8 is equal to root 3 Y. Now from here Y is H root 3. So again if we put here the value of Y, we get here 3H. So 8 is equal to 2H. So H is equal to 4 meters. So height of this MN is 4 meters. So height of the multi-storied building will be H, that is H plus 8. So 4 plus 8, that is 12 meters. And the distance between the two buildings Y is H root 3. H is 4 over here, so Y is equal to H root 3. That means 4 into 1.732. So we get here 4 2 is 8, 4 3 is 12, 1, 7 4 is 28, 29, 2. That is 6.928 meters. So the distance between the two buildings is 6.928 and the height of the tower is 12 meters. So these were the two solutions that were required. Now next question is the angle of elevation of the top of a building from the foot of the tower is 30 degree and the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building is 60 degree. If the tower is 50 meter high, find the height of the building. So here we have to take the building and the tower and we have to frame the figure or draw the figure in such a way that we represent the angle of elevation from this bottom of the tower to the top of the building, that is 30 degree, and the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the bottom of the building as 60 degree. So the tower is 50-meter high. Now find the height of the building. So we have to find only h over here. So again you notice here we get two right angle triangles BGR and TRG. So first of all we take the triangle BGR. From here we get tan 30 degree. Tan 30 degree is equal to h upon y. Instead of writing the full alphabets away, we can take the help of these small alphabets as representation and write here h upon y. So 1 by root 3 is equal to h upon y. So we get here y is equal to h root 3. This is again the first equation. Then we take tan 60 degree. Tan 60 degree, that is equal to 50 upon y. So tan 60 is root 3. So root 3y is 50. Now y is h root 3. So if we put over here, we get here 3h is 50. So h is equal to 50 by 3. That is equal to 3 ones 3, 3 6 18, 3 6 18. You can continue this way. So approximately 16.67 meters we can take as the height of the building over here. So this way, these were the initial questions, the very simple and the very basic questions. Hope you have understood how the figure is to be drawn. In the next video, we'll take up some higher order questions so that we have to take up a little bit of extra patience over there to understand them, and then we can deal with the questions. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. Kindly subscribe, like and share to the channel. And if you have any additional comments, you can make that. Thank you for watching.